What keeps me fresh? The youth. How can I get this 11-year-old to listen to a body of work? Because once you figured that out, you figured out what the next move is on the chessboard. They call me the werewolf in my hood, right? They say I'm half hippie, half thug. So it depends on the clef that you get, depending on what you're trying to do. One choice determines if you're going, at the time, 3 strikes out. Or one choice determines if you're gonna lose your life that split second. So these are the decisions that have to be made, right? So when I see kids like Thugger, Yo Gotti, Drake, like Wayne, there's just different kids, like, I have to reach out, because at the end of the day, there's an accolade that I must give and an embracement of saying, man, you know what I mean? I understand y'all struggle, and like, keep going, like, don't stop. Artists are rare within our generation, so, because we from the 90s generation, you'd be like, man, like, very few of us are left, but we can't be replaced though. Why is that? Because I feel like we're not sharing enough of the information to the youth. Quincy Jones, I consider like a de facto godfather, you feel me? I fell in love with Quincy Jones as a student of jazz. I love Michael Jackson, but I was like, who's the guy who did that, And then just started studying and understanding what he did. Young Thug did a song called Wyclef Jean. So for him to be, one of the top 5 kids of this millennium, and when we do music, it's sort of like, so my CEO, Madeline, had got the call from Leo Cohen's and said, Young, and when I was on the phone with Leo says, Thugger's a big fan of yours. He's gonna know how to place you in his generation. And it's so funny because I remember 10 years prior to that, me and Clive Davis was having the same conversation about Carlos Santana. And it was like, I know how you gonna play Santana in a generation, and that became the song I wrote called Maria Maria. And then so throughout my whole entire career thus far, you will find the ingredients is called eclectic, right? That's what we brew up, and so that fusion is what I see in Young Thug. So I see a lot of fusion in him. So when I'm in the studio with him, the way that he puts melodies together. It's that it factor and it's that pulse. And for me, that's really what keeps you forever young. Whether we're talking blues, jazz, anything, like it's complicated, classical music, right? It always will be the simplicity of the art is what, as humans, it makes us feel a certain way, A song like Hendrix, when people hear it on my EP, and they go, damn, that boy Wyclef, he ain't miss a beat. Like, and then the kids is like, yeah, cause that's Young Thug's cousin. Like, Thugger put him on. It's going, and it starts a new millennium. And you say, man, how could this kid just flow like this? He just blends in, he goes. But you could listen to a Drake, a Kanye, or when I hear them, it's like I could still hear the carnival. I could still hear the score. So it's like, but I have to hear what they're doing. I have to hear what Kendrick Lamar is doing. And I have to hear it all real time. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I'm getting back in the game. Now let me listen to what all the kids are doing. It don't work like that. As a fan of the culture, I'm constantly listening to music, looking for music. And I think that's what keeps you fresh.